on screen we had some B-roll of Elon Musk. Kane, you and I both agreed that with the purchase of Twitter, that was almost the cause set in motion that got us here. It was the beginning 100%. Where all these other tech companies started to reconsider. It was Elon Musk was the tipping point. I cannot emphasize enough the role that Elon Musk played in all this. By the way, that also should get in the Smithsonian of President Trump with the sword. How should we think about Elon Musk's role in saving Western civilization?
I'm 100% on Team Elon for what he did for Twitter. And you're right about it getting the ball rolling. He made it easy for all of Silicon Valley. You know, Mark Andreessen, David Sachs, Jason Calacanis, other big names in Silicon Valley. And he made it easy for, you know, young people tend to identify with that and with sort of that cohort. And in addition to the work that TP was doing on all the college campuses, there was sort of there was a meshing underneath it all that sort of young men, young women, Silicon Valley, all sort of turning and making it okay to talk about support for Trump, okay to admit that you plan to vote for him. I put it in the stack yesterday, we had the CEO of Uber writing a pretty hilarious explanation of how he went from never Trumper to pro-Trump. And now back to Elon. When I talk about being on Team Elon, you know, I don't want to I want people to understand that there are shades of gray in everything. We're not always all going to agree on every issue. And the H-1B issue is one of those. But Elon showed some ability to compromise there. And the bigger point, if we didn't have Twitter, Charlie, we didn't have anything. I mean, you've got an army. I mean, there's a Charlie Kirk army, there's a Benny Johnson army, there's an Elon army, and these armies went to work in the final 3 months leading up to November. And I'm convinced, I really believe that there's social pressure involved in voting, and people talk to their friends. And I'm convinced that that social pressure had finally sort of abated, that you weren't allowed to talk about voting for Trump and weren't allowed to support President Trump publicly. So I agree with you that the day that he first mentioned, hey, maybe I should buy Twitter, you and I both know what that meant. We could sort of see ahead, and it turned out better than we could have imagined. And I'll throw it back by saying, it's correct. Other than, I can't think of his name now. So, Reid Hoffman at LinkedIn. Other than Reid Hoffman, we had Zuckerberg, we've had Bezos, all led by Elon Musk. And it's just a fantastic feeling. Last thing I'll say is it gives me hope. What it makes me really feel is that we can grow this coalition for J.D. Vance, assuming he's our nominee. We can grow this coalition over the next 12 years.